Jennifer Lopez, her life. A blockbuster, right? But the true turning point, the secret catalyst for her biggest transformation, wasn't a romance. It was a complete, shattering end. Imagine calling your biggest heartbreak the best thing that ever happened. What actually went down with Ben Affleck?
Yeah.
The raw truth? It's a shocker.
Really tough time.
Stay with me because the real story is about to unfold. It was just over a year ago. Jennifer, reflecting on their split, admitted it wasn't just a breakup, it was a total overhaul, changing her, making her grow in a way that I needed to grow. Think about it. She filed for divorce from Affleck back in August on their not just any day, but day, citing irreconcilable differences. And then, when it was all finalized earlier this year, the public statements? So much fun, she said. Just fun.
When you were doing this, it was such a hard time in your personal life. How did you manage to deal with that?
Barely.
Yeah?
It was tough. It was a tough time.
Yeah.
It was a really tough time.
And Ben Affleck is also one of the producers
He
of
is.
it, right?
The movie wouldn't have been made if it wasn't for him and Artist Equity. It was like the best and the worst of times, in a way. Because it was every moment on set and every moment I was doing this role, I was so happy. And then it was like, back home it was not great. And it was just like, oh, how do I reconcile this? But you get through it. And honestly, I have to say, it was the best thing that ever happened to me. Because it changed me. It didn't change me. It helped me grow in a way that I needed to grow. Become more self-aware. I'm a different person now than I was last year, I think, a year and a half ago.
But behind the scenes, something else was unfolding. Because here's the twist. On a recent CBS News Sunday Morning, talking to Lee Cowan, Jennifer revealed the raw, human truth. She actually had an incredibly tough time right after the split. We often see the polished facade, the brave face, but what goes on internally during such public turmoil? For Jennifer, it meant throwing herself into work. And what work was that, you ask? Her new movie, Kiss of the Spider-Woman. And the executive, producer on that very film, none other than her ex, Ben Affleck. Yes, you heard that right. The man she just divorced, working on the project that was her escape. Talk about an awkward office environment, or perhaps a very carefully curated setup for processing emotions. The movie premiered at the Sundance Film
I better get it right then.
And here's another layer of dramatic
So you're like halfway through
That
the
was
take and it's going
their
perfect, and
divorce
then you
was
trip on your,
finalized. Imagine
dress or
dealing with
whatever,
the
and
end
then
of your
it's like, okay,
marriage
maybe we
publicly
start over.
while promoting a major film where your ex holds a key role. When asked how she handled that period, when her personal life was, frankly, not great, she confessed she barely could. It was a really tough time, she said, describing the bizarre experience of working on the same project as him. Yet, she found solace. Working on Kiss of the Spider-Woman helped her focus outside of her heartbreak. She described it as the best and the worst of times in a way. On set, in character, she was so happy. But then, back home, it was not great. That stark contrast, that's the human experience right there. Ultimately, this on-the-floor hitmaker realized something profound. That divorce, that public, painful split became the best thing that ever happened to me. What? Not because it was easy, but because it forced her to confront, to heal, and truly grow in a way that I needed to grow. Sometimes the deepest heartbreak isn't an end, but the most dramatic, unexpected start to becoming more truly and completely yourself.